Yes, people, what's going on? Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome back to the Trinity podcast, episode 44. KG out there in Saudi. He's all the imaginary buttons, all of that jazz. It's the Trinity, man. Listen, off the back of a loss last night, a laughable, comical game, I called it. We Spurs tried their best to Spurs it up. I mean, we messed the team up a little bit. I get Amarim wants to look at some guys, give them an opportunity. Still has to do that type of stuff. But a lot of Man United fans that I spoke to after the game, obviously, of course, because of the way it went and the people that were crap that played, but they were like, why is he just play the strongest team? And I was like, come on, guys, we've got a game in 2 days, Bournemouth at home. We can't just put it on everyone. And some kids were saying to me afterwards, I call them kids because I'm old school, me. They're probably about 21, but some young Man United fans were like, nah, flex, man. I mean, what's the point in playing Dallo? Like, just play Amas, man. With this shit, just where's Harry Amas? I goes, guys, we can't do this. Like, we can't. I mean, look how crap Rasmus was, man. Surely Chido could. Nah, man. I'm like, guys, we can't. I know what you say. I know the frustration. We can't just go get Sekou Kone in now, get Ibrahimov in from the under 18. We can't do that. But I get it.
I tell you what, Flex, yeah. I tell you what this, Flex, I think this team needs is to be optimized. And that's my segue.
That was very, very
good. That. That's really good.
Let us know right now.
This video is brought to you by Oxford Natural and the Optimum Day and Night capsules. This is the perfect way to take charge of your weight loss journey through Optimum. Scan the QR code on screen or click the link in the video description below to start your journey now. Look at the difference. I mean, just look at KG. The proof's in the pudding.
As always, we are sponsored by Oxford Natural, and you can get your Optimum supplements, as you can see there, the chiseled jawline, the what is it? Marvel ready. You know what I mean?
Marvel
the lifestyle
ready.
change, exactly. Not a crash, of course, but of a lifestyle change. You want to be looking good, you want to be feeling good, you want to be sleeping better, you want to be managing those sugar cravings. We're offering you up to 70% off if you scan the QR code on screen right now, or click the link in the video description below. Dr. Andre's been doing great work with us as well in terms of our injury prognoses, which, by the way, there's a couple more for him to do now since the last time I saw him. Shot
Lindelof.
Yeah, Lindelof on there now. Mount's back on there now.
Mounts lives there.
Exactly. Yeah. So, very, very interested with what Dr. Andre's been doing. And the guys at Oxford Natural have been absolutely top. And we keep getting case studies from you guys. We keep getting not so much emails, but a lot of people in the comments. We've had quite a few super chats as well, but definitely comments when we go back, especially after doing this segment, saying, listen, I'm X amount of KG, that comedian's down.
Yes.
I feel like this, I feel like that, I feel good. And more people are asking questions.
Bro, I saw Tyson Fury yesterday at like that stare off, that 11-minute stare off thing. Yeah. And I'm telling you now, he looks like he's been on an Optimum. This guy looks small.
What is he coming? Is he coming light? Yeah, is he coming different?
He looks way lighter, bro.
He said he's been optimized.
I think this will be his lightest he's fought at in all the Wilders, everything.
So, I know this ain't a boxing view, but just very, very quickly, is that good for him in this fight or not?
I don't know. The best weight I saw him was Wilder 2. That was the best I've seen.
That was his heaviest, wasn't it?
Well,
at the time?
Wilder 3 was his heaviest, but
yeah.
Wilder 2 was like when he was active, he was throwing the big bombs and stuff. But I just don't think the trainer that he's got doesn't want him to be that way, but I think he just doesn't give a shit. He's like the Man United players that will do their own thing. I can't wait.
Well, speaking of one segue to another, you said Man United players who would do their own thing. Let's talk about a couple who would do their own thing.
We might have to get this. We might have to get this out of the way first, though. Yeah, because I know when I was live last night, I was getting this a lot. Right, a lot of this, particularly once the full-time whistle went. KG, have you seen it? Do you have a comment on it? And why? Yes. What is the comment? What is the reaction to it all?
You know what the comment and the reaction is to it? It's funny because they were on the ropes. And when we started scoring goals, that whole production,
you know, there was
in a lot of
conversations. Yeah,
there
you know.
was
I've seen it. Now I've seen the messaging. She's going, oh, yeah, I was talking to Jason. He was saying, oh my God, if you bottle this, Expressions was apparently in another group going, no, if we lose this, what are we going to do? Oh my God. They were on the ropes.
And you know what? Do you know what's so funny? They're so shit, yeah,
Awful.
that's how that it goes to them. That's
Yeah.
how that goes for them. Imagine, like, and it gets more funnier because I watched it and I thought to myself, oh, this is funny. You'd love to hear my name as much because it's me in it. But then it's Spurs. They're gonna do Spurs things. They're not gonna win. They're not gonna win.
We need to. I'm just gonna talk to you about this.
We'll talk off camera.
We need to talk.
We
need to come together because that's also not running for a team that is Spurs. And we will be. Okay.
I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you.
Big lyrics, big everything. Like we're doing.
All we have to do is go to the studio. We can record it tomorrow because we know the lifestyle of Spurs. Are you with me? As in, we know what Spurs.
They're around the corner from catastrophe. Probably get licks off Liverpool anyway.
It's fine.
Well, in the Carabao Cup and on Sunday.
They are probably they will lose. They won't win the final. It's Spurs. So
I'm so glad you had the same thought because that's the exact same thought that I had going. I know for a fact, particularly when you watch it and you see the production level, you go, there were a lot of nerves. There were a lot of nerves with that one as well.
But
even the conversation of letting it out after 4-3 of going, it's kind of 4-3-ish. You know what I mean? It's not really.
Even the Spurs fans yesterday, when I was talking to them, they didn't really. They went, oh, I can't really come with chest on that one. That was a bit shit. You know what I mean? But production-wise, DR, expression, right bars. But bro, I had to go back. I said, what the fuck is AJ Tracy doing in there?
Bro, AJ Tracy in the whole
on my bit. He doesn't even know me. He's like, who's this guy called Fexturing? Oh, I just stand here like this. Watch, I'm gonna write a dub for AJ Tracy. Even which you definitely shouldn't do that. Definitely should do that,
bro.
But no, it was elite work. Akin Fenwell was in there.
Then there's a Reebok KG as well. No, it's funny.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
It's
very
funny,
good.
but then it's Spurs.
Yeah,
and Spurs will take care of itself. So
100%. I agree. I agree. Nasty work, good work, but I echo what you're saying.
Echo sentiments.
Here's my sort of discussion point for today, guys. Here's my discussion point for today's show, right? I feel like obviously people can, the internet will do the whole, there's hardly any wins in this new Amarim era. Oh, there's hardly any new manager bounce. Oh, they should have kept Ten Hag. Oh, they thought they were back. Leave it all. Block the noise out. Do the Harry Maguire against Liechtenstein or whatever. Block it out, yeah? I think that we are seeing a bit of progression, and I think that we're seeing Amarim be able to dash out the players that ain't going to be up to this and show that they can't do certain things. But the system and the way that we want to do things, I can definitely see it. I've seen us win games like that last year with Eric, frantic, don't really know. Maybe the Liverpool game. Remember the Liverpool game at home when Ahmad scored the winner?
Yeah.
That was a bit like that. Fucking hell, it's just a bit mental. But you still don't know who we are, what we're trying to be. You just enjoy the moment. Now we're seeing maybe the opposite, where there's less moments of, winning and elation and stuff like that. But there's more systematic change. The way we move the ball through the thirds, I can identify it. The way the wing backs are the outlet and we move the ball across the back three to get out, I can identify it. It's just the top end of the pitch. We don't know how to attack. And what I've realized is because we've got that extra man as that centre half, so we've got an extra defender in there, I keep seeing us in the final third and I'm like, it looks like we've got 10 men. We need to work out a way how to commit more men forward. And then also, in an ideal world, Amarim's wing backs will be attackers that play there. But at the moment, Mazraoui is competent on the ball, but he's not a creator. He's not going to get past people, get crosses in the box, have loads of shots. I know he had that one where he cut in and nearly scored with his left foot, which was unlucky. But overall, he's not going to be chief creator. He's going to be tidy. No one's going to get past him, keep the ball well, but he's not going to chief creator up and down. Dalot, same thing. He doesn't want that there. So I just think once we get more attack-minded players in those positions that occupy those areas higher up the pitch, it will start to work. And like I said, the attack was always going to be the biggest problem because Garnacho, that cameo wasn't great for me. Rasmus Højlund, not good.
Yeah, I was going to say that on Rasmus, actually. He does a really poor game for Rasmus yesterday. Really bad. Probably up there with one of his worst in terms of just bringing people into the game. It was terrible, shocking. Like, and when it does go bad, he does go back to like UFC. You know what I mean? It is fighting Rasmus instead of curve your runs and try and get in there, Rasmus. So he needs to stop that part of his game. But again, that's someone that has to develop that side. Whereas, because I tried to predict 11, and I put Xerxes in purely for I was like, you know what, people running off him would make sense. But we have to talk about, like, while we can praise our manager, but then I think he can definitely get critiqued at times. And I think, like, he just made a lot of changes, but a lot of maybe some unnecessary ones, like buying this is rubbish, bro.
Okay, yeah, like
He's
rubbish. I said this during the match view. I said during the match view, it was about a minute into the game, and he kicked the ball into touch. And I said during that time, I went, I've seen him a few times now. Obviously, the couple of times he's played for United, and also when he played for his country at the Euros. I've yet to be convinced by him. And at the time, I got a lot of comments in the chat going, "No, Owen, it's just he hasn't played a lot of games. Come on!" And I went, "This whole like free buy and dear thing is bullshit. He's not very good. Like he's just not. Rubbish. He's not. And sometimes that's what it is with number 2 goalkeepers. Is that you either get like in the past for us Romero, or you get like a Kelly or Liverpool, where you go, there's no way they should be a number 2. They're a number 1 player as a number 2, or you get some that there's a reason they're number 2, and you actually wonder how they became a footballer because you go, bloody hell, you can't do anything. And
Tom Heaton would be better than this.
Tom Heaton would be better with him. And that one
would have done that yesterday.
The one with the player when his arm was on him. If VAR was there, they might have ruled it out because goalkeepers are protected, but it's soft. I don't think it's that much of a foul, to be honest with you.
But he wasn't even going to save it with that hand.
Yeah, exactly. He wasn't the wrong one.
It was the other hand, and it's the punch hand that they took down. Yes, you can't touch the keepers. I understand it, and a lot of people are doing this thing where they're talking about, bro, it's straight in. Yeah, it's like where he goes. It's not like it's an embarrassment. Let's just have.
But you know what I thought about this, though, KG? I was talking to Cams about this afterwards. It's like, but at the same time, how much time do we need to spend cussing him? Because, like, in the game yesterday, shocking. We're never going to see him again. Like, he's like, we are never going to see him again.
This was the other point.
That's why you talk about Amarim on the Amarim didn't need
why
to
play him.
This guy in this game. There was a couple why play him?
When does he have a look though? First league manager.
This is the other thing.
A game in the Carabao Cup. When can I?
True.
We can't have it both ways because there was a lot of discussion before kickoff going, look, if we go out, I don't really care that much. It's the Carabao Cup, you know. In terms of the competitions this season, it's, you know, Europa League to get into the Champions League is our best shot, and also we've got to improve where we are.
And this game would have come between Liverpool and Arsenal, by the way.
Just for financial reasons, we've got to improve that, right? And then obviously because we go out because we're fans, we don't like losing, and because of the nature of the game, we go, that's kind of there for us. We could have won that one. We then go, coach, you've got it wrong. Coach, you've done this. But he, to be fair, has come up before the game and gone, well, we're aiming to win the Premier League, not now, but in the future. So that says a lot about my team this evening. And also, you know, he didn't look particularly pissed off after the game after we lost too. I just think that
he was laughing
with Ange, and I know that it's
an experiment.
I know it's easy to say after the fact when you go out. It's almost like the Arsenal thing, isn't it? Because they never win the Carabao Cup ever, you know. So every time they go out every season, they go, no, we don't care, bigger fish to fry and all that. Yeah. But we genuinely do this season. Like, it's not a priority for us.
No.
It just
and it does nothing for us. Not does nothing for us, because going to Wembley, collecting trophies is a thing in our club. So I'm not going to say it does nothing. But like I said, even before Eric was sacked, and I was on this, like, I know we had this back and forth. It doesn't need to be mutually exclusive.
Trophies and, you know,
I get that. But I really do feel it, like, because I'm just a bit, my trophy levels topped up a little bit. And maybe I'm being a bit snobby here. Like, I'm like, I just want to be a good team. I just want to focus on
you've raised the standards again.
Yeah,
you've raised this. All you've done is,
I don't want to be a
cup team. If that's the FA Cup, I'd be mad that we went out.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? It's the Carabao. Like, I would, like, against Arsenal, I still want to do well and try and win that cup. Like, I still want to. It's going to be very difficult because, again, set pieces where you're seeing what we look like, right? And we'll talk about we'll talk about some of our defensive woes and defensive people that it's becoming severe side eye with some of these players. But definitely, like, in that Carabao performance, yes, the manager tried to shake things up, make changes and stuff. But then now the team's starting to make sense. But then there's frailties. I would say that Delo played better than I've seen him in a Man United shirt under Amarim. I think he was an outlet. Looked like he had something about his game. And then Mazraoui I thought Mazraoui, that was probably one of his worst games.
Yeah, he's a little bit off yesterday.
He was off yesterday.
But Jeff Spence that side, bro, I'm not going to lie. He was cooking. He was good.
He was cooking.
Obviously, Anthony was there, so he got no help. So
we're seeing
those Anthony coins, yeah. And this is when we have to also be careful about cameos and stuff like that, because he's come on and done a couple of cameos, and and so when the team news did come out, in fairness, people are like, all right, fair enough. Have a look at it. 5 minutes into the game, it was like, oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, no, absolutely.
But is that part of this, Owen? And that's what I'm saying about, like, we know Bayern there, no future. See you later. Even if we would have kept a clean sheet today, we won 3-0. He's still not going to be the keeper. Yeah. We know Lindelof, no future. Like, obviously, come off injured. It's over.
Contracts up. Yeah, easily.
Contracts up. Ericsson did all right in the early exchanges, like crisp passing and stuff like that. But there's a couple of times he scored. So many shots just keep blocked. And then a couple of times physically pulling people back because he just can't run with Sarr and can't run with Basuma. So I saw that quite a lot, just getting overrun. We know there's no future there. We knew there was no future of Anthony anyway, but right wing. But the manager's gone, in essence of just having a look at everyone. Let me try you in the 10, right 10, just to quickly cross that one off. He's just dispelling the things where you go, right, they're in the box and that will be gone. That will be
gone. What about players that like surprised you and you thought they had a long future, but they're looking a bit nervy?
Let's talk, KG. Let's talk.
Because
it's time for the legenda. It's time for the legenda.
No. I don't even know if it's factual what I'm seeing, what we're all seeing, but no one really wants to.
No, but was it a stinker or does it come down as a stinker and a one-off performance type thing, or was it this could be who Leacher is? That's the question that I'm asking myself right now. Is that a stinker or?
My answer to this, and this will be my final answer, because I think we've seen enough of Leacher, I think personally, to decide what you're saying, because he's a competent player in some aspects and not competent in other aspects. On the ball, when we have it and we're high up, and you see how we played once we got our heads above water, like the last 20 minutes, moving the ball around quite quickly. Everyone's playing with a bit of zip. Fine. He'd be okay with that because he's good on the ball. The other side of the game, what we've built him up to be, and I'm saying because I've been there, Butcher, he should be in there instead of Gabriel. He should be in there instead of this. He's one of the ones we can actually kind of take and say he can get into a couple combined 11s. Come on, man. No. This Butcher thing that we've given him and he's bought into, and we've done it as a fan base, he's not that. This angry little man, like, I don't mean to say little, but just this angry man who's going around like trying to prove the Butcher thing, and just because you know why I'm saying little, actually, subconsciously, I can say it. Because that's now what it seems to me. It looks like a little man who's running around trying to prove I'm not that little. And it's not working. He's not that guy. You can't leave him on an island to defend himself. He's not, obviously we have to say it as it is. He's not big in stature, so he can just little bro people and edge them off the ball. Look at Lenny Yoro, yeah? And I know it's very, very early. I'm not saying, he's the best defender in the world.
I think you should use another player like De Ligt or Maguire or something to get.
No, because they're slow as well, though. It's a bit, because they're big, they can dominate people in the air. They can. You've seen Maguire do it with loads of headers, shoulder man a bit. And Maguire's slow. Like, Leacher can move quicker than him. De Ligt is marginally quicker than Maguire. He's not the quickest. So it's not really about how quick you are. It's about the stature. I don't want to use them.
Dominance.
Do you know what? Let's just go to the top guys. Let's just go to Saliba, Gabriel, Konate, even Van der Ven when he's fit. Like, those types of guys, Van Dijk, oh my God. Like, these are the guys, where you go, that's a proper set. You can't, no, nothing's getting past. Yeah. And Leacher is not that. And in this system, especially in the two wide centre-backs, they need to be comfortable, obviously, stepping out really, really high. I saw Lenny Yoro in midfield sometimes, pressing yesterday.
It was good,
comfortable. And then someone else got in. Was it Son in the second half? And he just put the burners on. He said, nope, you're not getting through there. On the ball, lovely. Tall. Like, we need that on the left side. I'm convinced of it. And Leacher's not. He can be in the squad, but we just need to pipe down a bit. Leacher is not the guy that we've built him up to be because it was refreshing. That's my analysis on him.
Owen, what are you saying?
Look, I think because he was at fault for 2 goals last night. The first one where he just sort of flicks it into the box, I think that's just really sloppy. I mean, I think any centre back can do that. That's not really like a long term. Oh, I tell you what, for the bloody hell, that's just really, really poor and really, really average. The one that concerned me more was the third goal of just the ease that Solanke just went past him. Like he wasn't really there. He comes up to him anyway, and then Leach kind of backs off a little bit because he's like, oh, here we go. And then he just cuts inside and he doesn't get near him anyway. And he's just beaten by like pace and power. And I think the top centre backs that doesn't really happen to. And I think there's a place for him, certainly in the sense of, you know, he did what he did at the weekend for the Ahmad goal, where he does have that ball where he's on the left side, he can play it over the top into the channels. And that annoyed me a little bit yesterday too, because when you play Spurs, and Flex, you would have seen it actually being there, like that ball over the top is so on.
Nobody ran.
It's
Nobody
so
ran.
on every time.
Bruno a couple of times in the first half.
Yeah, because their line is so high, you know, and you could tell also too that I think clearly Amarim had told him just fucking switch every time you're in, and we couldn't take control of it, and we couldn't take advantage of that. But moving forward with Leacher, well, I'd be definitely I think there's a reason we're once again being linked to left centre backs, isn't it? You know, and I'm not saying that answer is Jared Brantwaite or whatever, but if you look at him as like the stature of a player, Brantwaite's what, like 6'2", maybe 6'3", something like that. Decent on the ball. I don't know what his recovery pace is totally like, but I think I see those wide centre backs still having to have a bit about them, not only in terms of recovery pace, but also height. You know, I think that they're looking for the total defender. And it'll be interesting to see if that does happen, what they do with Leacher, actually. If he's going to play that left centre-back spot, if they try and move him to another position, you know, because that could be a possibility too. I don't know. But yeah, that is a concern. To balance it out with something positive, I thought once again, Manuel Ugarte, yeah, he's an animal. He's
everywhere.
An animal. And actually, once again, and I think this was the right call to take him off because we got to manage his minutes. But when he came off, we just didn't have anywhere near as much bite again. But he wins the ball if there is a one-on-one battle, he wins. He'll win.
Staying out of the referee's peripheral as well. I don't know how he does it.
Yeah, he should have done that because he should have got a yellow.
The amount of fouls, yeah, he does it, and then he looks at the ref like, "What do you mean?"
Like a Fernandinho kind of vibe. Where fouls somehow. Oh, sorry.
No, there's definitely like we both.
It's his willingness to do it. I done an interview the other day saying my job in this team is to like just to fight, win the ball back, and then play simple passes.
I love it.
And you need, that's what I'm saying. You need someone who's going to do the basics right. And he's someone who can complement other. And I don't know what you guys thought about Kobby, but I thought as the game wore on, again, some really nice touches outside the boot, just little chest down, little, you know, he does look a bit, I think he needs to slim down a bit. Yeah, I know. Yeah, nice.
I don't even care about his effort. I don't care about
still looks a bit rusty
at all.
Yeah, he's still not there yet.
He has to play. He needs minutes.
Yeah,
he needs minutes. Do you know what we're starting to see with Kobby as well? It's like, because we know we can't have just a team of just athletic monsters. Like, you do need these players that come in and just do that really well. He's really good on the ball and can look after it, and he can draw a foul. Like, the amount of times he does. He oh my goodness, the magnet. Like, the ball comes to him and people want to take him out because it's this and he's gone. So I feel like it's only difficult because we do have like so many issues all over the place. And that's what Amarim's doing right now. And you're right about this, is giving people time and playing them, but there's enough time for them to expose themselves as not being United quality. A lot of them you're looking at and you're saying, nope, you can't do it. You definitely not. And it's you're getting through the squad. And I think maybe what happens is, let's say we won that game, it continues to paper over the cracks of where we really are. Like, that's the point that Elo's making about all these trophies before. It's like, you're not that team though. No matter what, you can, on that day, you lot could rise and do something amazing. But then how close are you to becoming that side? And we're in this time of the rebuild. Let's have a look.
But Amarim also says it after the game, which is true. He goes, if you look at the game, we're probably the better team. Spurs are just a bit more clinical this, which I think is fair. You know, that's maybe the frustrating part of it, is coming out of it going, actually, we probably did it. We probably, if we were just a bit, like Flex mentioned earlier on, a bit more up front, we'd probably won that game. I mean, first half, we had 7 shots. We didn't have any on target. Our XG was like 2. Theirs wasn't even 1. You know, we had, I think, more possession. I think we had more touches in the opposition
like
half
that
or
we're
box.
dominating games.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying, and that's a common theme. We're seeing that. So if you get the players, that shows you that this system is what's really important. This is what's really, really important. This is what the teams that end up being good, they have this in phase one. This is what phase one looks like. Phase one looks like the manager clearly wants to go right, but there's some players who want to go left because they can't do it. Then in the summer, you're not going to get all of them. You got to go and get maybe 2 or 3 that are exceptional in this system, PSR, whatever. Then you have to wait another year. So it's be 2 years before you can get 5 in there eventually. They get another 3 that's like, okay, they can do it. Because that's how you build. I'd much rather see us doing that.
You say something. Look, Rashford might be gone in the winter flex, yeah? Left out of the squad again last night. Selection. Not because of, illness or anything like that.
He's done. When I called in, it's like the fact that, again, he's saying Garnacho trained well, and Garnacho stunk it out when he came on as well, by the way. It's fucking shit. That was awful. But his levels were high enough in the training for the reaction that Amarim was looking for.
He did do an interview. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So it'd be very interesting to see if Rashford's in against Bournemouth, because I was saying, KG, when I called in, I don't know what you think. I called into the show while Owen was live once, that news. And I said, well, this is interesting because we're like 11 days away from January. So Marcus Rashford could have played his last game. There might not be any point trying to integrate him back in. Like, unless the winter window shuts because there was no solution, then you have to play him to the end of the season. But right now, they might just be like, right, just keep him out. The
manager's giving him a get out of jail free card, though. The manager said, look, new week, what he's done, because I was listening to Henry Winter as well, break it down on Talk Sport. And then the club did say that Marcus Rashford, they're willing to sell Marcus Rashford. That was before Marcus Rashford came out and done what he did. Yeah. But then Henry Winter said that Marcus Rashford was going to come out and speak to him. They were supposed to do it a week ago, or like 2 weeks ago. They were supposed to have this sit down, this conversation. So it was by no means a surprise. Marcus Rashford just doesn't want to fight, and that's the only conflict. While the club probably said we're willing to sell Marcus Rashford because they think about PSR thing, and Rashford wanted to go, I think now Amarim didn't feel that way. Amarim's like, well, I want to work with the best players, and I don't understand why he can't knuckle down and accept this challenge, because you're saying you want a new challenge. This is the new challenge. We're here, and it's a new Man United. Let's get to it. And I think maybe there is a level of disappointment from Marcus in this moment of like, mate, like, what the hell are you thinking? Even the fact that he says, I would have, if it was me, I can't say, but if it was me, I probably would have spoken to the manager. Yeah. And I think that says that's your everything statement. And it's almost,
he's saying, I wouldn't have dealt with this situation like this. This is not like the right way, is what he's saying.
So, and then that's because after all the stuff that's said, that's the bit that you need to focus on. So and that's why you should expect to not see Rashford in the team, because what the hell is that? You know what I mean? Like, what the hell are you doing at this moment? Why can't you fight? Why can't you show a little bit? If I'm trying to engage you and get you ready, even if you said, let's do this in a few weeks' time, mate, either cancel that and try and fight before going out the way, because you take an easy route out. That's someone that gives up or quits on their stool in boxing. You know what I mean? And I don't know, man. It's a bit poor showing from Rashi, but that's how he feels about the club. You gotta let him just move.
Yeah,
you gotta let him do what he wants to do.
Yeah, it's over. And I was saying to Owen, like, you kind of have this. If you could paint the picture, someone says, look, if I give you a blank canvas, how would you paint this picture? I would like him to get to the end of the season, mutual thing, gets to sit down with MUTV, says this is the thing I've been since a kid, and it's time to move on memories, and he still may well do that. I don't know, but he didn't maybe wanted to envisage it like out the back door, bit rushed out, that happened. But at the same time, listen, we're not here for fairy tales as a football club, innit? We've given him the affection, we've given him the time, we've given him 9 years of patience, and for one reason or another, club's been run badly. His attitude hasn't been where it needs to be, just like how it didn't work for Lingard or Pogba or Martial. All the same, it's not just this is a Marcus Rashford problem. For one reason or another, though, the inquest, which I think they've fixed it now, or they're trying to address it, because this inquest of like good players coming here or being here and it not working, this will be another one. I know we can say like he's not that good anyway,
No, he came through the academy. I don't think
No,
it was
but I
like
mean,
that.
like, just having in our ranks, and then it just like it's best that he moves on. You have to look at how this happens, but he's been given enough chances. So
No, but then I think that's not really explaining the years that if Rashford has been a success at this club for what he came through to, that's a kid that came through the academy. Now, if we go in and sell him for, I don't know, 40, 50 million, it would have been a lot more money had he not been on astronomical wages. But it's just, there's success in the Marcus Rashford story. A lot of kids go by the wayside and don't become a Marcus Rashford. He's gone and he's won it. What's he won in his time? What, Carabao, FA Cup, Europa.
Yeah.
Has he won anything else?
No, he's won 2 Carabaos, 2 FA Cups, and 1 Europa.
There you go, 1 Europa. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, for post-Fergie,
kid from Withersham,
like, post-Fergie, yeah, it's big. Like, he's had a decent career. Like, some players couldn't even show those medals alone and scored a lot of goals, close to getting to the 100 goals club as well. I think he's had a good career. But then at Man United, so I wouldn't put him on the flop list or a player that's come here with big expectation. No one expected that kid to do what he did. If we remember, people got injured and he got in and he just kept on going to the top. And now he's lost his way. I think that's a better way to describe it, other than another player that came in and he fell off where he became a name at Man United. So I think he's done.
If anything, he might have come too big a name for how good he actually was.
There you go.
Really, that's what we have to look at. Like, how did we arrive where he got hyped up to be this, but then we went, he's this, and then now he's that. So there you go. Episode 44 of the Trinity podcast. Shout out everyone for watching. We got bounced back against Fulham, man. Like, that's my I've been saying, sorry, not Fulham, Bournemouth.
I was going to say,
sorry, Bournemouth. Just like the Forest game, that has shades of that all over it. This type of game.
People are saying there's a couple of judges going against us. Obviously, the judge of once KG leaves the country is not going very well. There's my record on the solo match view. Spurs.
Do you always lose?
I did Forest. I did Spurs earlier on the season. I did Liverpool.
Do you know what's a disgrace though? I can't, but then I can't go to fucking games. So it don't make any sense. I can't leave the country, but I can't go to the games.
No.
Bro, what the? Because
I can't do my job. I can't do the match view by myself. Otherwise we'll lose. This is not.
The players are just but sometimes you just got to be honest and say these players are fucking shit, bro. Let's just be real. Like, these players are fucking shit. Like, and that's what it comes down to.
You don't have to take it personally, KG.
No, I'm with you though, but then sometimes I do think into these things, and I'm like, nah, man, these players are like, because even when someone said when the goalkeeper was doing that shit yesterday,
it was your fault.
Everyone's like, it's because Owen Solo. It's because Owen Solo that he's fucking tried to punch it. What an idiot. Anyway,
they don't truly believe that. They just do it because they know it winds us up.
I know, it's so annoying, bro.
Yeah, but Bournemouth, listen, tough game, mate. Bloody tough game.
Where are we going? Are we getting to Bournemouth?
No, we're at home.
Thank God, because that's not a nice.
I thought that against Forest, but
yeah, exactly.
It's not easy out here. It's not, and actually at home is where in our formation, I do think it's set up for away, kind of calm the crowd down, keep moving the ball. But at home, you play a bit more. You got to be on it. You got to come out your shell a little bit.
Well, we do play a bit. We do play a bit more. The formation is free at the back, but we're on the ball a lot. Like, we are dominating possession, and we are looking like the more aggressive team. We just need to put the ball back into it.
Definitely. What are you not saying? Give Xerxes a start?
Yeah.
We've gone from, see how it just changes, goes from, don't tell me about this guy. Now we're going, I'll tell you what, Rasmus had a stinker, man. I'll tell you what, Xerxes should probably come in.
No, but that's what it happens until we can buy someone. Until we can buy someone. Like, it's not like this is the greatest that we can do, but then we
have to keep just doing it on form, because none of them are really good enough to take it and say, I'm the number one. So there you go. Guys, thanks for watching episode 44. Make sure you subscribe to KG the Comedian. Make sure you subscribe to Owen Wrestle News 36555. And make sure, once again, you scan the QR code on screen for up to 70% off your Oxford Natural supplements. Start your journey now, just like we have all been continuing to do. And if you don't want to scan the QR code, just click the link in the video description below if that's easier, if you're old school, you know what I mean? So shout out to Oxford Natural as per usual, and keep getting involved in the Man of the Matches, sponsored by Oxford Natural. Wasn't one yesterday, of course. But in the last 2 games against Pilsen and Man City, big turnarounds, there was. So yeah, shout out to all the winners of those shirts. We are out of here, guys. See you on episode 45 next week. Peace.